Hey folks, I'm Rupali, your host, and welcome back to Crime Hack. So far on their investigative journey, Raj and Sandy got beat up, Priya got kidnapped and kept from helping Sandy with the investigation. Sandy was kidnapped and left in a creepy old mansion. Sandy followed the suspect Tushar to the Kathraj Lake and into the catacombish underground tunnels. The boys spotted two men installing security cameras at night in the heart of the city, and while discussing the reason for Tushar going into the tunnels, the boys connected with what Sandy had overheard their first attackers say. We need to hurry up on the holes to get to our sweet reward. Suddenly, the catacombish tunnels gain importance and the boys split up to find out more about them. And now, Naik Brothers and the Mystery of the Catacombish Tunnels by Rupali Rajabadhe Roti, Part 33. Reaching the history department, Raj frantically looked for a professor around. Luckily, Professor Mate was around and he was an expert on the subject. Excuse me, sir, Raj approached him. Yes, young man, how can I help you? Professor Mate was quite young, must have been in his mid 30s. He looked like a soft spoken, easygoing chap, but he had an energetic stride and twinkling eyes. I was wondering if you, Raj panted, if you could tell me about the history of the Kathraj Lake. Professor Mate looked him up and down. You look out of breath, my boy. You raced down here just to know the history of the Kathraj Lake? He asked incredulously. Raj smiled sheepishly. Oh no, sir. Just a friendly chase down the corridor. Then the professor's face suddenly lit up. A very interesting topic, that is. You know, the Kathraj Lake was built in 1750 and was later converted into a two-step dam in 1755. A dam? This came as a huge surprise for Raj. But sir, isn't it a lake? Well, that's the beauty of it. You see, one of the knights had built the Kathraj Lake to arrange for water supply in Pune city. Later, another lake, the upper lake, was constructed to make the system work as a dam. In those times, the rainwater was routed through various natural springs and waterfalls to the upper lake. This lake was used for settling the silt and filtering the water. The Kathraj Lake, that is actually the lower lake, was used as a reservoir and it was situated 10 kilometers south of the city back then. People still don't know how the water was filtered and purified. Some say it was filtered through some underground mechanism, and some say it was purified with the help of something else. But nobody has researched it yet. Raj had a doubt. Weren't there tunnels starting from the Kathraj Lake, sir? Raj was dying to find out about the tunnels. Yes, but not many people know about them now. The water from the Kathraj Lake was distributed throughout the city with the help of underground earthen ducts, without modern day motors or pumps. There was a time when the Kathraj Lake or dam had catered to the whole city's water needs. But after Pune was captured by the British Army, they formed the Pune Municipal Corporation in 1860. The Water Supply Department of PMC then went about erecting and commissioning British style dams around Pune, and the Kathraj Dam was no longer used. Now the Kathraj Lake water is not even potable and it is being used only for boating purposes and by some industries nearby. Really interesting. Raj said out loud, but in his mind he was saying, really confusing. So what could be the sweet reward then? But sir, is the system still functional? I mean, does anyone go down into the tunnels anymore? No, it isn't functional anymore, and I don't think anyone goes down there. Now it is believed that the tunnel has caved in many places and the water level of the Kathraj Lake has receded a lot. This is because the springs and the waterfalls that were the source of water for the two-step dam have been rerouted to other latest dams around the city. And do you suppose any king or Peshwa could have hidden something down there? Hidden? Like what? Valuables or something? Not a chance. Though intrigued, the professor looked quite sure. There would have been rumors if someone had, you see. Raj was disappointed. So there was no hidden treasure to serve as a sweet reward either. Thanking the professor for his time and information, he dragged his feet toward the library. Sandy was completely surrounded by books, but absorbed in his mobile handset. Raj silently took a seat. "What did you find out, Mr. Smart Alec?" Sandy stabbed without looking up, and Raj coughed awkwardly in response. Sandy noticed the drooping posture of his brother and asked, "Nothing useful?" "Well, me neither." Raj told all about what the professor had told him, and Sandy showed him the books. These books tell the same story. Even Googling it on my mobile didn't help much. There's nothing useful for us to find out what the sweet reward is. So the question still remains, what was Tushar doing down there? A few facts to add though, Sandy read from a book. The tunnel starts from the Katras Lake and ends at the Shaniwar Wada Fort at the heart of the city. It is an 8-kilometer long duct that opens out at 125 different places into several fountains, baths, wells and water tanks. Houds. Raj sighed mournfully. So we have an 8-kilometer long hole gaping at us with 125 mouths. Wow, that's going to be a child's play. Don't get irritated so soon. Sandy tried to pacify him, but the same problem troubled him too. With so many lectures to attend and sports practice later, how would they manage to do so much work? Or should they just slow down a bit and spread the work over a few days? We also have to find out what that man was doing lugging supplies on the Katras-Sinhgarh trek route. Raj added the last lead to the list. Sandy scratched his forehead. We will need a whole day or two to search the trek route alone. Yeah, Raj agreed dejectedly. Chuck it, man, let's do it. Sandy suddenly stood up with determination. Let's skip the sports practice today. Really? Raj looked up with surprise. But what are we going to tell the coach? Some urgent personal work came up and we had to rush. This answer was perfect because they wouldn't be lying, technically, and the coach wouldn't be able to ask any questions. As it was, most of the intercollegiate tournaments were over and they were practicing just to keep up their form. Thus decided, they rushed back to their lectures. It wasn't that they couldn't bunk classes, but it was just that they didn't want to. The exams were drawing nearer and there was always a possibility that the professors might give some last-minute study tips. After the lectures were over, the boys met at the parking lot. Let's split up the work, Sandy proposed. You take the corporation inquiry and the haunted mansion while I go explore the tunnels. Then we will meet at the corporation at 9 p.m., have dinner outside, and then head toward the house of the security cameraman. The trek route we will worry about later. What say? One problem. We have got only one bike today. Immediately they looked around for friends and spotted Vishal. Vishal was a good friend who had run away from home when he discovered that the girl he had a crush on, who lived in the same neighborhood as he did back then, was won over by none other than his own brother. Even though he hadn't expressed his feelings in front of anyone, he was so shattered and hurt that he left without a word. The only thing he took with him was his bike, which was a gift from his father when he had successfully completed his 12th grade. Since then, his bike was his only family, his only companion, the mute witness to all his struggles as he juggled between his job and college. Raj rushed away. Vishal, hey, wait up. Going to the ground? Yes, aren't you coming? Nah, have some urgent personal work, and we both won't be coming for practice today. Would you inform the coach about it? Sure, no problem. Vishal started to leave. And Raj stopped him. I need your bike too. He flashed a broad, confident smile. My baby? Vishal looked panicked as expected. Dude, do I look like a bike molester to you? Her virtue's safe with me, man. chillax. Vishal hesitantly handed the keys over to Raj, who waved it in the air for Sandy to acknowledge. Thus, they were all set and soon headed their separate ways. So friends, how do you like the story so far? Please put your thoughts in the comments section and let us know. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. It won't cost you any time or money, but will surely motivate us because generating such content continuously is a lonely and tasking job. A little motivation will definitely boost our enthusiasm to do more. We also publish content on real life crimes, so you would be better prepared to keep safe and not become a victim of any crime, big or small. Do check out our video on the recent bank scam in India. Until next time, keep safe, subscribe and share. Namaste.